Hey everybody, Morgana Galaxia here. Thanks for visiting my channel. And I wanted to get to some tarot reading today on Merrick Garland taking over as AG, presumably, and Bill Barr. So I kind of made my own little spread I'm calling verses. So I'm going to do a little comparison look at Merrick Garland and Bill Barr. So that's where I'm going today, okay? Because, Merrick Garland's most likely going to get approved and he's going to be in. And I just can't help thinking that this guy is just, once he gets into the Department of Justice, is just going to find a trove of documents, hear stories, whatever about Bill Barr and what he's done, in the Department of Justice. So anyways, that's what I'm going to look at today. Merrick Garland versus Bill Barr. All right. Merrick Garland versus Bill Barr. So, have you been watching the Capitol riot hearings this morning? I've been kind of in and out of it, and I turned on just in time to see Josh Hawley questioning, the Capitol Police chief or ex-chief and ex-sergeant at arms, both of whom quit after the riot, basically, facetiously asking them, are you complicit? Are you complicit? And of course they were like, no, we're not complicit. And then he just bagged on General Honore, who's doing the investigation into the police response to the riot, just bagged on him. And Officer Sund also was just like, yeah, what he said, because I guess Honore must have kind of said that they were probably complicit, and Sund was just like, yeah, it was just really disrespectful. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. Anyways, hopefully Hawley won't be long for the Senate, right? But I think, this Merrick Garland, Bill Barr, that's where I'm going. Show me Merrick Garland versus Bill Barr. All right, so let me bring you down. We'll see what's going on. This is my new spread here. So Merrick Garland, Bill Barr. Oh, yeah. All right, that's Merrick Garland. Here's Bill Barr. So I kind of reading these. I start out with, I know you can't see all of these cards, but these two here are what are they thinking? What's in their minds? These are their two little faces. So here, I'm like, how do they see the other? Okay. What's in their heart? And kind of the outcome, or what are they going to do, their action. So for Merrick Garland, what's in his mind? What's in his thoughts right now? And I get the Page of Swords. So lawsuits, okay, legal issues. He is going to be carrying the sword of truth and justice. That's what's in his mind. He is now just all about thinking, what's the truth of the matter? What do I need to find out? What kind of lawsuits what kind of legal issues am I going to have to be dealing with? He's just thinking about just these legal issues, what's true, what's lawful, what's not lawful. This is sort of law, okay? It's truth and justice. This sword is about law, and that's what's on his mind, and he is carrying that sword now. He is the new, the new head of, hopefully, the new head of the DOJ. He is going to be the one burdened with carrying that forward. For Bill Barr, what's in his mind is the Knight of Cups. Okay, so the Knight is a step above the Page. So, okay, Bill Barr has been head of DOJ 2 times, once under Bush, and then, of course, under Trump. So, you could say, fine, he's got a little more experience in the Department of Justice. But you know, what kind of experience, right? With this Knight of Cups, he's concerned with emotional issues. So, you know, a lot of people think of emotional issues of love and compassion, yes, of course, but also fears and anxiety. So this is telling me that he is dealing with a lot of these kind of, I would think, emotions, fears, anxieties, just a lot of, you know, that turbulent water element. And with this white horse and these fish, you know, I feel like he thinks he's going to get away with it. All right. With that white horse, you know, he's going to be getting away with it. This Knight of Cups is often considered, you know, the charming knight coming to, you know, to the princess on that white steed. You know, the flip side of this, of course, is someone who is deceitful, someone who will lie and scheme, okay? And this is Bill Barr we're talking about here. So that's where I'm going with what's in his mind. He's concerned with the repercussions of what Merrick Garland might find. It's just emotional, fear, anxiety. That's where I'm going. It's running pretty deep with him. Okay. So this card is, how does Merrick Garland see Bill Barr? And here we have the Nine of Wands, okay? So the way I am kind of interpreting this is he sees Bill Barr as someone who did a lot of different works in DOJ. He's got a lot of different things that he's accomplished, but it just wasn't all on the up and up. You know, he wasn't quite complete. He's still got that last wand that's left. And normally I think of this as just an incomplete project. So I guess that's how he's seeing Bill Barr, someone who just didn't complete what he was there to do. He dropped some wands in the course of his business. You know, he's got other wands upright, but it's almost like jail, right? It's almost like a fence or a barrier. So I just feel like there's these things that Bill Barr accomplished are almost like imprisoning, almost like constricting, holding you back, sort of making you feel embattled. And of course, with this, again, this dropped sword, he just kind of dropped the ball on some things. How does Bill Barr see Merrick Garland? We have the Empress. So, you know, this is a wonderful, beautiful card that talks about abundance, spreading abundance across the land. So, you know, the best case scenario is Bill Barr recognizes that Merrick Garland would be an attorney general who would spread his abundance across the nation, across the land, without regard to, you know, red, blue kind of thing. So that would be the best scenario. Otherwise, you know, I'm just going to say this kind of in a joking way. Maybe he kind of sees Garland as like a goddamn hippie, you know, someone who's sort of frou-frou, super liberal, you know, just thinks everything is pie in the sky. You know, that Empress card is just all about giving, right? It's letting that abundance flow, giving to those in need. So those democratic ideals. And that's very not Republican. Maybe, you know, worst case, he just sees Bill Barr as a little overly optimistic, pie in the sky, you know, wants to give out too much money, or, you know, not really money, but kind of follow those liberal ideals. So what is in their hearts? So this is what is in, I'll bring you back down. This is what's in Merrick Garland's heart. And we have the Death card. Doesn't that seem scary? What this is telling me is that in his heart, Merrick Garland understands that the old DOJ is dead, and it's his responsibility and duty to transform it and move it into the light, okay? So he's gonna go in there with the intent to make some serious changes in the Department of Justice, change how they've been doing things, completely transform them, and like I said, bring them into the light. So that's good. What is in Bill Barr's heart? Another cup. We have the Queen of Cups. So, the Queen of Cups is a very emotional queen, which is very interesting, because Bill Barr looks like a dry, crusty piece of bread. I mean, you wouldn't think this guy had an emotion in him. He's just so cold. But that's not really feasible. We all have our emotions. So this is telling me that Bill Barr stuffs his down. He hides his feelings. He hides his emotions. He's got a poker face. And, he just doesn't give the general public anyway access to that. However, he does have a deep emotional body. He is an emotional person. And again, this is what's in his heart. He's, this Queen of Cups, the most positive aspect of the card is someone who has, just emotional maturity, okay? They are uncomfortable with their emotional body. They understand it. They can control it and use it to improve their life. Those who are not very emotionally mature can be very volatile, could be very deceitful, just underhanded, and, also mentally unstable, emotionally unstable. So what's Bill Barr? I don't feel like I could really get, my guess is that he would err on, go towards the emotionally unstable side. But one way or the other, there's some emotions there in his heart, and all of his cards are cups. He's feeling it. Again, what's in his mind? Fears and anxieties. Okay, what's in his heart? More emotions. And this queen, if she's in her shadow, those are very high levels of fear and anxiety as well. Very high levels of emotion, because she is the queen of emotions. Okay. Actions, okay? Outcomes and actions for Merrick Garland. We have the Six of Cups. So he's finally got some cups here. And what this is telling me is he's looking to, again, to, like the Empress card was saying, spread that abundance out, okay? Spread, and in his case, it's going to be truth and justice. Treating people equally, making people feel safe in their homes, making families feel secure. He said he was going to go after white supremacists and really go after those, rioters. We know that that's his priority, though, and of course the racial justice element, that alone very definitely speaks to people feeling safe in their homes, people feeling secure with their families. Not feeling like, you're walking while black, right? The guy, it's on the news, right? Just walking down the street, he gets harassed. So I feel like his actions are going to be oriented towards improving the lives of American families, regular American citizens, making them feel secure and safe and abundant. And that brings joy and peace into people's lives. Here, look at those beautiful sunflowers. So I think that in general, American citizenry is going to be feeling really good with the actions that he's going to be taking. For Bill Barr, here is his actions and outcome, and he's got the Four of Cups, which is telling us he's going to be faced with some difficult choices. Okay, he's going to have some options in front of him, none of which he likes. They might make him apathetic or might cause him to procrastinate because those decisions are so difficult or his choices are so unattractive. He might wait it out, but at some point he's going to have to make some decisions that he doesn't like to make. He doesn't want to make. And, you know, I'm just thinking here, moving forward in time over the next year, 2 years, he might be subpoenaed to testify about some of the decisions he's made, some of the ways he supported Trump, some of the things he's done. He might have to account for some of the things that Merrick Garland finds when he gets into the Department of Justice. Whatever. She's just going to be kind of caught between a rock and a hard place. He's going to have to make some tough calls about how he wants to move forward. Okay, so that was my verses spread that I wanted to take a look at for those two. I think I want to ask the more direct question, though. Is Merrick Garland going to find some compromising information about Bill Barr in the Department of Justice? I'm just going to do a little quick see on that. Will Merrick Garland find compromising information, controversial information, illegality, corruption, right? We know what I'm talking about here. Is he going to find some stuff? Is he going to find some stuff on Bill Barr? Merrick Garland. Okay. Just going to do a little short spread, so I won't bring you down for this one. Right, is he going to find some stuff? Okay, so the face of the question, I have the World card. So the World card signifies an ending of a grand cycle. So, okay, yes, it's the end of Bill Barr's, rule over DOJ. That happened in December. It's the end of the Trump administration. But it's the end of a certain way of the U.S. moving on the world stage. So there's an international flavor here is what I'm saying for me here. There's something international and something that's ending or something that's over, but something that has to do with the world, okay? So, my first thought's Russia. That's kind of an easy go-to. So I'm just going to kind of leave it at that. Something regarding the world. Yeah, I feel like, I just got to say, maybe Bill Barr had information on Putin, or maybe he had information about what Putin has on other people. There's something there that Bill Barr had that has to do with the international stage. Okay, what's the challenge is the Hierophant, which is government. Big institutions, right? Government, church, what have you. So this would definitely be, it often is my Senate or Congress, my Congress card. It's the government. So that's going to be a challenge. And for the outcome, we've got the 5 of Swords, which is a vicious, brutal battle, a righteous battle, but one that at the end is just so brutal and so bitter. You're like, was this worth it? How much did we sacrifice for this battle? So what does this tell me about will Merrick Garland find something on Bill Barr? I just got to say again, I'm just drawn to Russia. Maybe some information Russia might have had on various senators or Congress people or other, people in the administration. Not the White House, though. Could be. I'm still, this is always the Senate and the House for me. And with the outcome, this viciousness, this underhanded battling here. Okay, so this is for entertainment purposes only. And where I'm going with this is, if Putin had any compromise on American legislators, he buried it. If Barr had that, right? He buried it. And for Merrick Garland, if he uncovers that, he's going to be looking at, ooh, it would just open up a big old can of worms, right? If he starts finding out that Bill Barr knew something, Putin, or Russia or somebody had on some of these people, and Barr buried it, whether it was Trump or whoever, that is going to get ugly. It's going to get ugly because I feel like he has enough duty that he would pursue that. He would investigate that. He would try and hold these people to account. And it's just going to get ugly. All right. So that is what I'm getting for that. Sorry, my cat she's a bit of a wreck. All right. I think that's going to be it for me today. I just wanted a little quick peek-see. Take a look at Garland and Barr. I'll be back with you guys in a few days. And until then, just stay safe and happy and have a great week, everybody. Take care. Bye.